Taylor's trying to trigger me today by asking me if I like my camera. No, I don't like my bleeping camera. I have an R6 and an R6 Mark II, and I'm about to yeet them off the pier over there.
Today, behind the scenes at a wedding with a lot of Canon cameras, I am on the Canon R5 Mark II with the 2870 f2, which is probably considered to be the ultimate wedding kit available.
It's very large.
Lindsay is on the R6 Mark II and the original R6, and Tim is doing video on the C70 and also doing some Super 8 coverage as well. And there's a band.
Where's Tim?
Tim was never here. And the record begins with the song of rebellion. First, before we get to using the Canon R5 Mark II, I am dropping some film off here in Kitchener for my friend Panda Plush to develop from our Iceland trip. Ektachrome 100. It looks nice, right? I don't know yet, but I bet it does.
Hey.
People came for a Canon video, but instead they get Nikon film SLRs.
Oh, this is on a Sony camera too.
That's actually really nice. If you need like a picture for something, like that looks nice, right? So if you're interested in coming to one of our workshops, we're doing one in Majorca where we put couples out in the wilderness and we take nice pictures in warmer environments than Iceland this week. Now, let's head to the wedding. On my way to the wedding, I actually have a call with a couple. Today's weekend is very compacted because I am leaving for Italy tomorrow to do a wedding with Lily Red in Lake Como. So today, I'm just doing all of my activities that I would usually do on a Monday. Well, thanks for giving me a call. Sorry, this week's been a little chaotic. We just got back from Iceland and and there it is, the drive-in. I've arrived at the venue, Canon R5 Mark II and the 2870 f2 all day. It is the only lens I own for the Canon system right now, which is fine because it's a great lens and it does everything all day. Full review of that coming to the channel, or it might already be up now actually if it's floating up here, maybe over here. It's already up there. Eye detect even works through the reflection. Future is now. What are we doing today, Lindsay?
Hi. Well, we are gonna shoot a wedding at the Pro Hotel. I'm here with Timothy Adam Musa.
He goes by Mothy, actually.
He actually goes by Mothy instead of Timothy.
Nope.
Tim Mothy. Mothy is actually what he goes by.
False.
The microphone can't hear you, Tim. You're behind it.
He goes by Mothy. He really loves that. I'm just here contouring my face, trying to not look tired. Doing it without a mirror is interesting. So you tell me, is this spooky?
Flip the screen.
And
It's a Sony screen. It's not going to show her anything. Isn't that the worst screen ever made?
It's not the best screen I've ever seen, but it's doing the trick. Yeah, so I'm doing photo, Tim's doing video, Taylor's second shooting with me, which is a real treat. I'm doing a little BTS, so here we are. Hi, Tim. Hi, Mothy.
Hi.
This is Mothy.
So you go by Mothy?
Nope.
Tim loves going by Mothy.
No, don't.
Add him.
No.
Mothy Musa.
Mothman.
Mothy Musa is actually pretty good.
Mothy Musa.
It's a weird weather day right now, and we're unclear as to whether or not it's going to rain. So I actually have, I think, like 8 of Tim's clear umbrellas, because I think you have all my other clear umbrellas in your car.
No, I don't.
They're always missing. We'll never know who has them. So yeah, we have to leave the cars somewhat close to the venue so that we can come grab the crap that we don't want to take in with us. That's basically it. That's
And all the junior bacon cheeseburgers.
The plan.
Hundreds of them.
The plan is to shoot getting ready, first look down by the water, followed by portraits,
reception, cocktails, more portraits.
Hopefully
That's
a
it.
sunset.
Sunset be nice, but
Weird
we have some
foggy
fog.
day.
It's a hot car out today.
It's a marine lair. What camera are you using today, and do you love it?
Taylor's trying to trigger me today by asking me if I like my camera. No, I don't like my bleeping camera. I have an R6 and an R6 Mark II, and I'm about to yeet them off the pier over there. You may have seen in my BTS from last year that it froze up at my wedding last weekend, at one of my 2 weddings last weekend. It froze up and decided to go into this weird buffer freezing zone where it didn't save 80 photos. And I left it on and I hope for the best. And we just thank God that I overshoot, so the 80 photos wasn't missing anything super critical, and the timing just worked out well. And I had a second photographer, Tim, so I don't feel confident in my gear right now, which is not a really nice way to go into a wedding day.
You have more lenses than me. I only have one lens.
Taylor brought one lens. He's a really exceptional second photographer. He also brought a Nikon flash for his Canon system.
Sony flash.
Sony flash for his Canon system, even spookier. So we're like down a body right now. It's basically like a human body. Between Taylor and I, we're like 0.75 of a photographer
I'm
today.
gonna do great. Tim's gonna let me use his 50-1.2, right, Tim?
Sure, if you want. I'm not using it for anything other than the ceremony, so let it rip.
I only want to use it during the ceremony. Here we have my bag for the day. This is Richard, the Bulldog's blanket. He loves camo sleeping bags. Inside my bag, I have my GoPro that you're gonna see. You've already seen. And then, Canon R5 Mark II, the 2070 f2. The benefit of the GoPro is that you can now see my settings again. So the GoPro will show you the settings, which is the reason I originally started doing it there. And then they started taking away those LCDs from me. So today, you see the settings. I also have my Sony flash in here and the Pentax 17. I may or may not use this. We're uncertain. Looks like that might be the ceremony right there. And if so, I feel like Jason Vincent has a few ideas to light up this space with off-camera flash with a couple up against the glass and them perfectly spotlighted in the background.
I'm over here making a new booking on my Focal website, Taylor.
Wow, did you book it through Focal Ignite?
Focal.
Thanks, Focal. Tim, are you using Focal Ignite? Why the hell not?
Whoa.
Get your own studio manager. They'll do sales. Ben will do your sales.
Ben's amazing.
Ben will do video calls with your clients. He'll do IPS for you.
Will he put like a mask of my face?
Oh, that
Like
might
a
be
face-off
Gen 2.
Okay.
No, because then the
Chocolate.
deal is that it makes you
Chocolate.
more professional because now you have a staff
You have a
person
guy.
working for you,
Yeah.
and you're just the important photographer, and you're so important you couldn't possibly meet
No.
with a client.
What's going on there?
It's a nice cart.
Thanks, bud. Costco, $80.
Look at my shirts. What you got in here?
Shirts. This is a Braun Mizo S40, manufactured in 78 maybe? What do we start with? Probably 200. Work our way up to 5. It's a big boy.
Wow.
It's a few chairs.
This is the only part of the day that I'm ever anxious for, is the getting to the room and seeing the people.
And what do you do when you're in the room?
Then we're going to take bridal prep photos of the bride and the groom and their people and their stuff. Beautiful, cozy, really cozy. Beautiful. Yeah, look here.
Hold it in that
hold
hand.
your left hand, and then yeah, everybody do a little close clink here. Love it. Beautiful. Yeah, looking at each other is perfect. Amazing. Gorgeous. Oh my gosh, you look incredible.
It's done.
Are they delightful? I know.
Where are we off to now?
We're gonna go see what the guys are doing. See if they are dressed or not dressed, and do some groom prep. Did you like that?
How are you enjoying your day so far, Tim?
It's lovely. No complaints. Having a nice time.
Hi! And now we're going back to the girls. The boys are still getting ready, but timing wise, we just want to make sure that we get the bride dressed and she's not feeling rushed or abandoned for too long. It's really nice having both of them in the same hotel on different floors.
And what lens do you use for this part of the day?
Right now I'm using a 24-70. It's like not my favorite lens, but it is the Lazy Girl lens for this moment. For this next stage, I might switch to a 35 or a 50 to do more of the portraits of the bride. But it's close quarters in these hotel rooms, so we don't always have room for much other than a 24-70.
Shooting on a 24 1.8, but on the Super 35 crop sensor, it's more like a 33 2.0. It's interesting.
43 to 33.
I cry at people's speeches. That's what always gets me.
Dances
Parent
gets me.
speeches and dances. I mean, little things like this. This is what gets me. Beautiful. And then look at each other there. Those are somewhat near your belly button. Perfect. Beautiful. Oh my gosh, you look so stunning.
So beautiful.
My favorite part of the wedding day would probably be this part. Everyone's just not sure what's happening. And it's fun to like know that things are gonna go really well. People are just kind of nervous and you get to be the calm energy of the day. It's fun.
It's great. No, I didn't. Yeah, I'll read it out loud. Yeah. Maybe Easter isn't too dark.
We have located shade for the first look. Light is the most important. Everyone's comfy here. Are you enjoying the day?
Having a great time. It's really nice weather. Really nice couple. Could use a coffee. Oh, I have a Red Bull.
What lenses are you choosing for this ceremony?
Going with a 2 R6s, 50mm 1.2. I'm gonna do the 2x extender on that, and then I also have a 135 1.8, which will just be that. So those are 2 cross cameras going across, getting the valve readings of each couple over their shoulders, and then I have a third camera at the back of the room, which is an R3 on a 35mm, and then the 4th camera is me roaming, and also the 5th camera is the Super 8.
With so many cameras.
You need 5 at least. I'm working late, because I'm a singer.
This is a huge ceremony. There's like 250 guests at this one, which is very large for me. I don't usually shoot such big weddings. Probably I will have Taylor and I both up at the front, and that is because A, I don't trust my gear. Thanks, Canon. And B, because it is a lot of people, and so we probably won't have a lot of room to be like running around. So sometimes I would have a second photographer at the back and myself at the front, but we may get locked into the positions that we're in once the ceremony gets underway. So we'll probably hang out at the front, and we'll be on different focal lengths, although I don't know, you've got one lens today, so.
It has many millimeters.
But many millimeters.
You might be surprised to learn that I'm still on the 28-70 f2 and the Canon R5 Mark II. Tim's surprised. I saw his face do the YouTube thumbnail face. You need a 400mm lens today.
I might need a 135 for this.
This is a distance.
Well, wow, it's a long ceremony space. So I'm gonna have the 70-200. I have the 70-200 2.8 now, upgraded from last season because I had the F4 and it was brutal. Even in like really well lit spaces, it just looked like crap. So I'll do the 70-200 and also a 24-70. So I'll just have all of the latitude in the world.
Here we are. Corner table, wow. 28 to 70 f2 and Canon R5 Mark II. Holy up, great. I'm going to put down the Peak Design Messenger and go for a roam around, take some cocktail hour candids, as well as maybe some small group shots if people look like they take a photo together.
What are we doing, Tim?
Hunting for the northern lights.
This week on Northern Lights Hunters.
Dun, 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 dun. I've got one! I've got one! Get the net!
Let's go through the settings. I am not a Canon photographer typically, so I apologize in advance if I do something crazy. Here is what you're looking at for the most part. I think that's probably all. Let's go through them. Beginning here now. That's the most negative space image I've taken at a wedding, I think. So as you can see, I left the aperture at f2 the entire day. ISO as low as possible, 125, 100, there we go. Now we're at base ISO. Don't know why I was at 125, but whatever. Basically, when I walk into a space, my mental process for deciding on settings is I'm usually at wide open in my aperture, unless there's a reason not to. If it's a group shot with lots of layers, I'll stop down. Otherwise, I like the look at f2, and I will have my ISO as low as possible, and then my shutter speed will just be whatever it has to be based on that. If my shutter speed gets down to about 200th of a second, at that point I will start adding ISO. Look at the color differences. Not my wedding. Quickly processes through Imagine. Usually there's less images that poke out like that. That one is pretty extreme though. So yeah, once my shutter speed gets down to 1/200 of a second, at that point I will start adding ISO in order to stay somewhat close to that 1/200, unless I'm in a situation with LED lights that are on dimmers that aren't supposed to be on dimmers and I'm getting a lot of flicker. At that point, I will set it to whatever I have to be at. So sometimes I'm shooting 1/60 of a second. Autofocus, I was really happy with, and images like this just feel really nice. This absolutely feels like it was shot by a prime lens, maybe like a 50-1.4 or something. Feels really nice. And then you get the versatility of something like that. So the 28-70 f2, really happy with it, although it is very large, so just be prepared for the largest of it, not only the weight but also the barrel size as well. It is on my upper limit of what I'm comfortable with. Sorry that the colors are all over the place here. So all of these are straight from my Imagine profile. If you're interested in getting Imagine to edit your images, usually it does a better job. I guess there's some confusing things going on in terms of white balance here, but there are 1,500 free edits down below if you're interested. And you set up your own profile, or you can use someone else's and get a head start on just getting professional images. You can also, if this is too warm of a profile for you, I feel like my profile was built on Sony images, and when I put Canon images through it, sometimes it gets the correct white balance like that, but then other times it just wants to be really warm. But hopefully you're not a crazy person that is switching between Canon and Nikon and Sony every single weekend, and you're sticking with one. Here you go, outside. Looks so nice. Nice golden light. My images were a lot more orange or warm than Lindsay's that were quite blue. End of the settings.
There it is, a day of wedding photography with Tim and Lindsay. Hope you enjoyed. If you're interested, head on over to the link in the description below and you can get my free preset pack and a free 2.5-hour wedding photography course. And until next time, I'll see you then. You can watch this video on the screen right now if you want to watch more behind the scenes. There's over 75 of them here on the channel.